Hey, what's up guys? So today I am going to show you how I created the song called Traveling in Twos that I wrote quite a while ago. It was a few months ago when Ingrid was in Thailand, and I told you at the end of that video, which by the way will be the first link in the description below. If you haven't heard this song, it might be best if you go and listen to that first. And then at the end of the video I said that I was going to create a tutorial on how I made the song, so I'm going to do that today. And this video might be a little bit confusing to somebody that's not familiar with creating music or producing music, but I just thought that it'd be kind of cool to show you kind of the back end on how I make these songs. And it's just something that I really like. I like doing a lot, and so I wanted to show you. And then also, if you guys like the song, you can go and buy it on iTunes. That will be linked below too. Let's just show you the workstation. So this is my workstation here. Should be up on the screen now. And it's called a digital audio workstation, or a DAW. And this one is FL Studios, is what it's been called for a few years. When it first came out, it was called Fruity Loops. So it used to be really good at making beats for people, but now they've incorporated pretty much everything that you can do with a modern workstation. I really like it. A few of my other friends use things like Logic and Pro Tools. Those are very popular ones as well. This one just works for me, and it can do everything that everybody else seems to be able to do. So I'm going to show you a few different things. The three major things that I'm going to show you in the workstation, because I want to get into the song too, but I want you guys to be able to follow along. So over here, this is my step sequencer. This has all of my instruments in here, and then some of my takes as well. Like this is called Zeta, or Z3TA plus. I use that one a lot for my different synths and pads. Another one that I use a lot is called Vanguard, which is a good one. This is an older plugin called, oh, and by the way, these are all called plugin, like virtual instruments, or VSTs. This one is called Orchestral, and I've used this one for a long time. And if you've been listening to my music for any period of time, you know that this is where you'll hear some of these strings that I use. It's like the whole string section. It's kind of like a whole orchestra at my fingertips, which I think is awesome. So I use that one a lot. Let's see, what else do I use? For a bass, I use a sound font called Jazz Bass. You could probably just look it up. And then a lot of this other stuff in here is just the guitar takes, like my electric guitar, my acoustic guitar, my vocal takes, and then all my different types of automations, which is like a whole chapter in itself. And I'm going to try to condense as much stuff as possible in here. And there are so many different tutorials on all the stuff I'm going to be talking about online. But let's see, let's show you the next thing. So the next most important thing, this one is called the playlist, which is basically just a list of commands that I'm telling these instruments to do. Can look a little bit intimidating in here, but like, let's see, this is everything total in the playlist. But if you can zoom into certain sections, and then when the song starts, I have a list of automated commands, whether it be on or off as we go. And then there's different little sections. So, by the way, if you're not watching this on full screen and 720p, I recommend it so you can actually see what I'm talking about. But this right here, you can see is small, and then you can zoom in and look at what notes I've played or I've put in here. And then as the song goes on, you see I have my like kick drum, the bass, my electric guitar, and the pads, and then my vocals come in, you know, after the first like 10 seconds or something like that. And then the very last thing that I was going to show you is the mixer. So I basically, through the playlist, push all of these different things into a bunch of different channels that have effects on them. I use a lot of equalizers, which is this thing right here, which can cut certain frequencies of sound, whether it be something that's very high and screechy sounding, or like the mid portion, or low spectrum, like bass, subwoofer, type of things. So lots of different channels, and then all of that goes into a master channel through my master compressor, which is called Maximus, which takes all of the sound and kind of just like packages it together nicely through a multi-band compressor. So each different band is compressed differently, which again is a whole nother different section in itself. But now I want to get into the kind of the song portion. So if you guys know anything about music theory, you know that a chord is comprised of a bunch of different notes. So without trying to confuse you guys too much, the song, the progression of the song basically kind of sticks around. It's in the key of F sharp major, and then it does a 4-1-5-5 progression through almost the whole song. So I'm just going to play just this pattern. This is one of those zetas that I was talking about that I really enjoy using. And here is the progression. So it goes from 4 to 1 to 5, 5, 5, and then in the verse, when the verse comes in, it's let's see which instrument I use there. Is another zeta. So let's open this up. And this one is, it looks like a 4-1-5-6 progression, and I'm just going to play that. In the verses for songs, I like to have more of a nice sounding sine type of sound, so it's not as harsh as the first one that I played, which is the chorus. So this is the verse. And you can see it just sounds nice. Inside of these programs, I have a arpeggiated sound, so it kind of walks through the notes that I had, and I basically built that inside of this zeta program that is right here. So while it's playing these chords, it actually walks through a step of notes that I had it play. And then that repeats for a little bit of time, and then I also, during that section, have the kick and the snare, so that's this section just right here, this really simple. It's like a that, and then the beat changes up a little bit as as it goes on. So you can even hear with this hi-hat sound. If you have headphones on, you can hear it's kind of stereo sound. So I've sent that to the mixer to enhance the stereo image of the hi-hat, so it's not directly in your face. Again, a lot of things that maybe don't make sense to you at this current moment, which is fine. And then I have when the chorus hits, which I'll just play right here. I wanna tell you that I miss you more. Okay, and then you can hear all those delayed, it makes it sound like I'm singing in some big arena. I'm really not. I was actually singing into probably this microphone right here. And then you can hear there's this kind of noise thing that comes in. Let's see if I can go in here and show you what I'm talking about. It's kind of like this airy type of wispy sound. So here, I'll just play it. So I made that. It's an oscillated, basically just a bunch of noise. So I went into my oscillator, it was just right here, and set all of these shapes to be like static. And then you can see, I'll try to zoom in enough here. I have some frequency envelopes that automated, kind of like turning a knob. You can see this green one, it goes up and then comes back down. I also changed the resonance of the sound as it goes, and a cutoff frequency. So it basically is turning a knob, and I'm going to see if I can actually show you that. You're going to have to like really look in here with me. But let me move this over to the side, and then as this turns, so you can see, I don't know if you can see, look at where it says filter next to the 3X OSC on the right middle, the right side of the screen, you can see it's actually changing. So when you play this, it's just this sound. I wanna tell you that and then it hits a crash. So I'm not sure if you are actually able to hear that or not, but I like doing little things like that, and a bunch of other producers online just kind of build anticipation into the chorus, which the chorus I wanted to hit really hard because it's kind of basically the reason I'm singing the song. It encompasses the whole theme of the song, and that's just how most people and I write choruses. Let's see if I can show you this section where there's some cuts with the gross beat. Okay, so this section is going to be a little bit more complicated because you can hear my voice chops as it goes into the chorus right here. I wanna tell. So what that is doing is it's automating on another plugin called Gross Beat in FL Studio, which basically just takes a portion of the audio that I gave it, and then it chops it up the way that I wanted it to chop up, which is right here. So I went in and changed a little bit so that it kind of will cut it up, and you watch it again. So right through here, it actually steps back in time just for a second, so it's like and that was kind of like a little bit of a trial and error as I went with that, and it eventually got to a point where that I liked the cuts instead of doing it manually, which is another technique that I used in the chorus coming up right here. So this second chorus, when it plays, I wanna tell you that I miss you more every day. So the part that I wanted you to listen to is this section right here. Every day it's like and then I just manually went in and put in some extra little clips of me saying more and then cut them. So if you follow along right here, and then there's an extra every day, like the so it's like every day. So we'll just play that again. And now you can hear it. It's just those little things in songs that I really appreciate about other people's music that they do. So I like that stuff enough that I'm sitting here for like hours just trying to figure out these little itty bitty things that I can show you, or that I can do to enhance the song, and that's what I wanted to show you. So there's another little section in here that I also wanted to show you, which is the little lead portion, the little synth lead after the second chorus, which I'll play. So it's this little melody lead. So I'll just play that solo so you can hear what I'm talking about and you can follow along. This one, I believe, is one of the Vanguards that I showed you earlier, and I just had it be kind of a harsher sounding, like more energetic, something that I could see people like dancing to, because I like creating dancey type of tracks. And then with the overlap of some of these notes, they will actually, I set it so that it's will actually slide to the notes, and you can set how fast it slides to the notes. I think the Owl City guy does some of this stuff often in his songs, but and you can see I cut up some of the notes through here, and then right at the end you'll hear a really fast trill with the notes up and down. So yeah, so little things like that I like, and I could have made this a much nicer sounding. These are square shapes. I went in and manually did some of that stuff, so I could have made it much nicer sounding, like this should sound. But I really wanted it to cut through the mix, because if I was to play that after the end of like a hard-hitting chorus like this, like just not as cool, I guess, sounding over the top of it. So I changed the oscillators to square throughout that section. I also have a bridge portion that goes something like this. It changes up the progression to, I think it's a minor second, and then builds up to a minor second to minor third to a 4 to a 5. So it's like, yeah, and then that played all together is the like kind of run away with me part. I just wanted it to build through it. And I also put a pretty thick reverb on my vocals. So if I just played just my vocals, I believe. Run away with me, come run away with me, come run away with. So it's just kind of like has that very like I'm yelling out into a big arena or a cathedral or something like that. While that section plays. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you was the string section. So there's kind of a quiet chorus or down chorus. It doesn't have as much energy in it, so I'll play that, but I also wanted it to sound nice. So I have some, let's see, spiccato and pizzicato strings through that section with just some nice sounding piano. And then, so with the down chorus, it kind of all just like blows back into this last chorus with some big sounding strings that play something, I think it sounds like this. So there's some inverted chord structure in there so that it helps follow along with the main melody that I'm singing. As well as, I mean, I'm singing some harmonies as well. So there's my voice with the strings, like everything when this last chorus hits, it's all like stacked on top of each other. So let me play it. I wanna tell you that I love you more. Every day you're more beautiful than. So the string section follows along with my main melody, and then let's see if I can just show you what I mean with the harmony. Let's see, I think you should be able to hear this with the harmony. I wanna tell you that I love you more. Every day you're more beautiful than before. Yeah, so you can kind of hear what I'm talking about with having the harmony in there, like. Every day you're more beautiful than before. Yeah. And then the song just kind of ends on this little main melody lead again. Let me turn all this stuff on in the mixer. So it's just kind of finishes out the song, and then it ends. Total time on this song, I would say that this probably took me 3 days. What's funny about doing a song like this is that I think I had the song written. I even showed it on a prior vlog. I had the song written in less than an hour. So I could have just sat there and played it on acoustic guitar, but it just wouldn't have been as cool. To me, with all of this stuff. Some people have requested that I do this just on acoustic and do an acoustic version. You guys have no idea how easy that is compared to what I do in a program like this. But I just like this sound, and I feel like you guys do too. I think you might have even gotten this song like number 1 or 2 on the iTunes charts at one point. It was, yeah, you guys seem to like this one. Anyways, that is pretty much it. There's so much more into this song than I have time to go through, and I feel like this video is already very long. But yeah, if you guys have any specific questions, you can find me on Twitter and just ask me there. If you really want to know something specific, I usually have my phone on me. I'll just go through and reply people with some specifics. But I think that is going to be it for this video today. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me as long as this video is, because I know it was kind of long. But I will probably see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to pick up Ingrid from the airport in about an hour. So yeah, I will see you guys soon.